and welcome to another video. I hope you are all having an amazing day out there. And today we're taking a look at Zacian V because Zacian is currently available on the PTCGO ladder, so you can get your hands on a couple copies of this card for free just by playing, which is awesome. So rather than take a look at Zacian ADP, which is quite well covered at this point, I thought we would do kind of a turbo Zacian deck where the aim of the game is to get as much damage out of your Zacian as possible. So we are doing things like boosting our damage and trying to get energy onto it as quickly as possible. So one way we are boosting damage is with the Galarian Perrserker that has the Steely Spirit ability that gives your metal Pokemon 20 more damage to their attacks. And combined with the Galarian Meowth that has Evolution Roar, we can get those Perrserkers out nice and quickly. We are also playing a couple of copies of Dedenne to help us draw cards along with Crobat. And we also have a copy of Oranguru so that we can put cards back on top of our deck if we're using things like Dedenne and Professor's Research that we don't want to quite get rid of just yet. We are playing 4 copies of Zacian V in this deck because he is the main man himself. And I've also teched in an Aegislash V to help us with those Decidueyes and Altaria matchups, and a Zamazenta V, which is really good in matchups where you're just facing off against Pokemon V Max, because they can't do anything to damage your Zamazenta. So if you know what you're facing, get this out early, then it can basically be game already. We do have a copy of Mew on there to protect our Perrserkers from things like Rapid Strike Urshifu. We're then playing 4 Metal Saucers to help get our energy on quickly, 4 Turbo Patches to aid with that energy acceleration. This is on a coin flip, so it can be temperamental, but you don't have to be on the bench for this one to work, unlike Metal Saucer. We also have a few copies of Rusted Sword to boost up our Zacian's damage. And we even have a copy of Leon in the deck to help even more with that damage output. So with a couple of Perrserkers, Rusted Sword, and a Leon, you can take pretty much one-hit KOs on any Pokemon there are. And then we play a fairly hefty 12 Metal Energies so that we can try and get those energies accelerated nice and quickly. So why don't we take this deck out onto ladder and see if we can't win ourselves a couple of games. Okay, so we are going to go first in this match. Now that means we can try and get out our Galarian Meowth as quickly as possible and start getting energy onto our Zacian as quickly as possible as well. Now we are going to get a mulligan, so hopefully we can get some Pokemon search out of this. We are playing against Dragapult, so this matchup we really want to get a Zamazenta out. We can get a Zamazenta on the bench nice and quickly. We don't necessarily really need much else out there because they can't really do anything else to us. We'll take an extra card, and it was just a Marnie. Okay, I don't necessarily want to discard this hand with the Dedenne, and I don't want to have too many Pokemon out. So let's just go Intrepid Sword. Oh, 2 energies off the Intrepid Sword as well. So we just need an attachment for next turn, and we are off and rolling. Now, if you haven't already, do remember to like this video. It helps me out a lot. It shows me that you enjoy the content. Also, comment down below what other sort of decks you want me to see. Maybe you want to see some budget decks, some decks that will survive rotation. That is coming up in September, I believe. I imagine here our opponent is going for their Dragapult V. There it is. Discarded a Mewtwo. And we are probably going to Marnie this hand away so that we don't have to do much else. Or, if they only get 1 Dragapult out, they're going to Marnie us. So that's incredibly annoying. They can see we have quite a large hand, although we didn't really do much on the last turn. And here comes Crushing Hammer, which is heads, obviously. So we now need a Turbo Patch heads and an energy to start attacking. Otherwise, we could have gone Boss's Orders, Dedenne, taking out their Dragapult before it could evolve. Which is also something that you can do with this Zacian deck. It can one-hit KO pretty much all Pokemon V, and then on top of that, the Zamazenta can take care of the V Maxes. So, I imagine this is likely to be a second Dragapult. So yeah, like this video if you enjoy watching some deck plays. We've been opening up some cards recently. We got Chilling Reign pre-release. They're going for a Crobat, so they want to draw some more cards before they Marnie. It's frustrating knowing that it's in their hand and that all these lovely cards we're looking at are just going to disappear, which is very frustrating. They're going to put their Dragapult V back in, get another V Max back in, get another Dragapult V, then they'll Marnie. Oh no, they're going to research. We get to keep this hand. Okay. And they got rid of a Dragapult. Interesting. Not sure why they chose to research rather than Marnie there. They get to draw more cards, but we then don't lose our hand. Unless they play Reset Stamp. But I don't think Dragapult V replays Reset Stamp. They're going to come up and attack into us. So we don't even need the boss. So we could Marnie. Means that we don't... Oh no, they're going for another Jirachi. I don't know what they're looking for here. Because what are they getting? XP share, that makes sense. Because then if we do knock out this Dragapult somehow, then they have... That energy is not going to get lost. So that makes sense. That makes sense. Are they going to go for another Stellar Wish? They are. Now I really don't know what they're looking for. Because... Oh, they're going for another Crushing Hammer. This will be heads. Let's just wait for the heads. There we are. Okay, so we went from 2 energies to no energies. Okay, we cannot research this away or the Dedenne away because we will lose all our metal sources. Yeah, that's just Marnie. They only had a free card hand. Look at that. What a lovely hand to play with. We may as well attach Turbo Patch. We get the tails. That makes sense. And we'll Intrepid Sword. Okay. This time, if we keep our energies, we have an energy, we have a boss, we can take a knockout on something. So there's the second energy on that one. If they don't evolve it, could work out well for us. Carrying on with their Stellar Wishes. This is quite a few they've had now. And they don't find anything, which is interesting. Either there was nothing there they wanted, or they're about to get rid of this hand, possibly. Yeah, so they're likely to go for the VMAX. There it is. What we could do is we could kind of boss around the VMAX until we can get our Zamazenta out, as long as the Zamazenta isn't prized. If the Zamazenta is prized, this may not go too well. I imagine we're finally going to see an attack, unless that... They want to Stellar Wish one more time. Although, that... They have one more Scoop Up net. So they could go for one more. Research or Dedenne? What's it going to be? Nothing. Okay. Right. We don't really care about the Mew, but we kind of have to play it. Because otherwise we lose next turn. I think we boss up the second Dragapult and attack. We'll get 2 prizes. Because otherwise our hand is a little bit dead. We're kind of lucky with that top deck of a Pokemon. There's another Zacian. So we could always get that down to help us draw 3 cards. We really, really want to get this Zamazenta out as quickly as possible. Kind of hoping as well that they have kind of nothing in their hand to help them draw cards. That would slow them down as well. But we're likely... This Zacian's going down. And this Mew is going to go down to 10 HP remaining. If they'd had a Zigzagoon there, that would have been game over for us. Which wouldn't have been fun. But we really, really want to get this Zamazenta out as soon as possible. Heads. So we could attack into this Zacian. Okay. We may as well attach that. We don't really need the Aegislash in this matchup, because that's only for Decidueye. And there's that. This Mew's going down. I think we... How many switches do we have? Not that many. I think we just Intrepid Sword. Because we can attach with this next one. If the only thing we put down is Zamazenta, that's it. They can't do anything else. They can knock out the Mew. They can knock out the Zacian. That leaves them with one prize card remaining. And I'll be honest, I don't plan on really doing much else with this hand. I'm not going to put any more Pokemon down. We're not going to see our Galarian Perrserkers, which is a shame. They're going to take the prize card here. We have no Metal Saucers used, so there goes Mew. They can put damage on us when we're on the bench, which is slightly frustrating. But they can attack with their... Let's go this one here. That one there. And I think we research, because we want to start getting some Metal Saucers in play. There we go. Let's attach one more to Zamazenta. And we may as well Brave Blade. Brave Blade or Intrepid Sword? Let's just Brave Blade. Get some damage on. So eventually we can start attacking with our Zamazenta and get the knockout on the Dragapult. Annoyingly, if we'd got a Metal Saucer in that draw, that would have been nice, but it was not to be. Yeah, I kind of... Once this... there goes another heads for them. I think that's 3 out of 3. Yep, 3 out of 3 heads. So we're just going to be attaching manually for a little while, because there's not really much else they can do now once this Zamazenta's here. They're only playing Psychic Energy, so they can't attack with Crobat, or Dedenne, or Jirachi. They could try and go for attacking with Dragapult. But how many switches are they down? Stop shaking. They are down a couple of switches, so we could end up just keep bossing up the Dragapult V Max. We have 140 damage left, and we attach and pass, because they can't do anything to us. They need to start having a Dragapult down. A Zigzagoon. They only have one Scoop Up net left. So, don't know what the game plan here is. Oh, they can shred. That's not good. One more Scoop Up net and we're done. I forgot about shred. This video may not end up making it in now. Let's just boss that up so it's out of the way, and we'll just pass. They need to get out of the active and attack us again. Scoop Up net Zigzagoon and a shred would win them the game now. So that is a little unfortunate for us. Dragapult's a very good card. We should be playing Eternatus. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to show off Zacian V. And it's not worked out so far, but we could still win. They're going to shred us for 60. They just then need a scoop up net to win. Hopefully they don't have it. I imagine they play 4 of them, so there's one somewhere. Could well be in here. What have we played so far? Played 1. Dedenne. Next turn, we need an energy. If we can get an energy. Annoyingly, Crushing Hammer. If they had got that Crushing Hammer on our Zamazenta, we could have won. Let's play the Zacian, because we may as well. Could have played that last turn, probably. Let's get rid of a Galarian Meowth. Do we have a Crobat? Yes, we do. Let's Crobat for 3 cards. Energy card. There we go. Yeah, they get a scoop up net. They win, essentially. So we need to try and take 2 prizes as quickly as possible. No, 1 prize. We could still win this. As long as they don't have scoop up net. Because we do play Eldegoss and there's boss's orders in the discard. This is going to find them a scoop up net, isn't it? This is tense. Marnie, so they're going digging for it then. They're going to thin out their deck as much as possible. Ironically, if they'd attached that horror energy, we would have been knocked out. Should have done that. Unless that was their top deck. Okay, come on. We both know what the play is here. The dom. We both know what you're trying to do. Just look for the scoop up net. And it'll be fine. They're attaching. To be fair, they can also just bite us. They need to get out of the active. They, I imagine, have some form of switch in their hand now. If they don't, we've won. We win! We actually won! Assault Tackle. There we go. Never any doubt. Never any doubt that they had it. And there we go. There's one game. Let's try and get one more. Tails never fails. There we go. Yes, we'll go first, so try and get our Pokemon out. By the sleeves and deck box, we are playing up against Single Strike Urshifu. So, let's put the Meowth in the active because we may get some play off of our Intrepid Sword with Zacian on the bench then. Oh, and we get a mulligan as well. Come on, Metal Energy. Oh no, we're playing Rapid Strike. Okay, so we need to find our Mew. Yes, we'll draw a card. That's not the one we wanted. We want a Metal Energy. That's still not the one we want. I think, though, what we're going to do is we're going to go for... Get rid of the boss. There's our Mew. Get that down straight away. And then Intrepid Sword, Energy, and 2 Metal Saucers. Now, what's quite good about the Galarian Meowth is that in order to use its Evolution Roar, you get to discard 2 cards. And those 2 cards could be the Metal Energies that you have in hand, so that you can make good use of your Metal Saucers quite easily. Sometimes getting the metal into the discard can be hard, but not with this Galarian Meowth. Now, with our Mew down, I feel slightly better, and the fact that it's Rapid Strike, not Single Strike, because Single Strike could hit through our Zamazenta, which would be an awful shame. Now, if we don't get any energy off the top deck, I think probably Marnie will be the play, just because I don't necessarily want to use the Metal Saucer, but this is Turbo Zacian. The whole point is to go through your cards so quickly that kind of your opponent doesn't really get a chance to set up. And that is something we could do fairly easily. I imagine they're going to strafe into us. I do like the artwork on that Rapid Strike Urshifu V. Yeah, so we're being strafed. Now switch back into their Jirachi. Okay, so there's a Metal Energy. So what we can do, we use Galarian Meowth Evolution Raw. To discard, let's go with the Great Catcher and the Metal Energy. Off it goes. Grab the Galarian Perrserker. And with both of these in play, we are now doing an extra 40 damage. So our Zacian is now up to 270 damage. Let's play that Metal Saucer. And I think now we can research, because our opponent doesn't have that many cards either. Let's get the Zamazenta down. We're not attacking this turn. So we can probably reattach to the Zamazenta and then Intrepid Sword. Get the other one on the Zacian. So Zacian's ready to go. They can't attack our bench. We're likely going to lose the Galarian Perrserker, especially now that they can do 100 Furious Blows. But if they do that, we can come straight up and attack with our Zacian, which is quite nice. And of course, we're being Marnie. Yeah, so we're up to 270 with the two Perrserkers. Rusted Sword puts that up to 300, and then the Leon puts it up to 330. So you can one-hit KO everything apart from Eternatus VMAX. They're looking for a way out of the active here. If they don't get it, they just conceded. Okay, we are going second in this game, and the only thing we can start with is a Mew, which may not be ideal, but we'll see what our opponent is rocking. Starting off with a Snom, so there's that. Although we could get a Donkon here. We could get 2 energies into the discard and Turbo Patch. It's possible. It is possible. But they're going to get the Pokemon down. We're not going to get the Donk. Okay, so not too sure what deck we're playing against. Blastoise V. Okay, don't see many Blastoise V decks out there, but they get that down and attach for their turn. Okay, what we can do is we want a Zacian down. We could just go for the Zamazenta. I think we do that. I mean, they get 3 damage on us. They don't actually get the knockout. Do we get the heads? No. Let's put the other one in the discard as well. We'll take an Oranguru. Can put our switch to the top, so we've got a guaranteed way out of the active. Quite nice. Ooh, and a Crobat, so we'll draw that. We're going to lose that switch now to our research, but that's fine. More cards is always good, especially when we go... Yeah, let's put the... Let's go with the Zacian to start with. There, because then that way they're going to have to evolve up into their Blastoise V Max. And there we go. We can just hold, I think. I don't think there's any reason to attack this turn, because next turn we could boss up that Blastoise and take a knockout on their Pokemon V, which would be lovely. It all pays off. Okay, so they had the Frostmoth, so they can start accelerating energy. They also need to boss us up. If they take out the Mew, I'm not too fussed about that. I'd be more fussed if they... Here we go. So let's switch. Let's evolve up into our Berserker. Put the stadium down. And boss. Let's put the other boss to the top. See what we get. Just another Meowth. And we'll take... They conceded. Easy one. Another easy one. And there you go. That is Turbo Zacian. As you saw from a couple of those games, if we can get set up really quickly like we did in those last 2 matches, your opponent will just quit a lot of the time because there's not really much else they can do to come back. If you can take a really big knockout turn 1, turn 2, they kind of just give up because they can't set up and you are just going to start steamrolling over the top of them. If you haven't already, remember to like this video and let me know down in the comments what other decks you want me to see. If you want to see some budget decks, that could be a good idea. If you have any ideas for some top tier decks, that would be good as well. And all that's left for me to say is I wish you all the best of luck with your own games, and bye!